Cutters, Degrassi, unpopular opinions. Fair warning, this video contains subject matter that some people do not agree with. Viewer discretion is advised. Opinions and all that are mine and mine alone. Nobody has influenced me and all that. You can agree or disagree on my stuff. That is fine by me. But just wanted to give you a fair warning. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinions. And this is kind of an unpopular opinion / topic video. But anyway, this is an unpopular opinion based on what I think and not what the Degrassi Reddit thinks. Basically, the definition of LGBTQ plus or two people. Now, of course, as I said in the disclaimer, that basically these are my opinions and all that. So, anyway, Degrassi likes to push the envelope, and they had people from the LGBTQ2 plus community and all that throughout the Degrassi time, next generation down to next class. So anyway, I'd like to tell you the best of those people, in my opinion. I know, of course, a lot of people will agree or disagree, but that's okay. So L is for lesbian. Who's the best? I personally think it's Zoe. This is why Zoe is the best lesbian in the series, because of her coming out story. So anyway, for lesbian, I picked Zoe because, Zoe had a lot of good storylines and all that. I mean, obviously she didn't come out of the closet till like season 14. But Zoe had relationships she had issues with. She had a problem with Drew, basically bribing him with drugs, and then basically gets upset when Drew basically breaks off of her. So she makes things up. And Zoe's mom was willing to have Zoe testify against Drew for raping her, but Zoe said, I don't think so. And Zoe told Drew a cryptic clue saying that, my mom told me not to trust guys. Maybe she was right. Uh-oh. Well, of course, Zoe ended up being raped in season 13 by Luke and a friend of his. So basically, she was in deep trouble. And then season 14, she became part of the face of the Degrassi Nudes thing. Basically, a lot of people said she was trying to control her body after being raped the previous year. She was trying to get everyone on her side. But unfortunately, it backfired, and Zoe had to serve a lot of community service. She got lucky. She could have been in jail for 5 years. So anyway, yeah, so Zoe basically, I don't know what type of relationship she had in season 14. I'm not sure. But anyway, Zoe then decides to come out of the closet for some reason. It was like, wow, that was totally random. I didn't think Zoe would come out of the closet. Or her? But, Zoe had the stereotype of being a lesbian and basically having TV movie people stay away from her because of her being gay and all that. It still kind of happens in 2020, but not as badly as it was like 10 years ago. So anyway, so basically Zoe doesn't get roles and all that. She comes out to her mom. Her mom basically kicks her out, and she ends up living with Grace. I always thought Grace was gay too, but nope. It was just Grace like Jonah. That's it for the time being. And of course, when Zoe graduates, she's the valedictorian. Her mom refuses to come to the thing, but Zoe tries her best to get everything, but her dad basically gives the stuff because Zoe's mom refused to come. Now, a lot of people said, well, Zoe's mom obviously was upset with her daughter being lesbian, and basically it was against the Catholic religion, which it kind of is, but that's not completely why. It's because also that Zoe's mom was a gold digger. And basically, she wrote Zoe like a cash cow because she knew that was Zoe's role. She didn't have to work or anything. But then once Zoe didn't get the roles, Zoe's mom basically kicked her out and basically married a guy for his money. Like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, so yes, I like Zoe. Zoe and Rasha became a very good couple. I like their coupling and all that. All right. Let's see here. G is for the gays. G is for G Wiz, who is the best. I personally give it to Marco because I hate Tristan and because it was groundbreaking. G is for Marco. I go with Marco because Marco, you know, played it off as he was straight being in a relationship with Ellie, but by season 2 he basically realized he couldn't live on the charade, but Ellie helps him try to get through the charade. Marco finally decides to blurt out to Spinner that he was gay. Spinner takes it angrily and writes a homophobic message in the bathroom saying Marco is a Now, at the time I'm taping this, this is the day after famed Cincinnati Reds broadcaster Tom Brenneman got in trouble for accidentally saying Kansas City is the capital of Missouri on a hot mic. He didn't know he was on the air and all that. So he's been suspended indefinitely. I don't know if he's going to ever broadcast again. He probably won't. I think he's basically ended his career badly. And you know, his dad, Marty Brenneman, retired. Man, not a good time to be a Brenneman. But anyway, yes. So anyway, yeah. Spinner does some stuff, but then Spinner gets talked to by Marco. And basically, you know, everyone accepts Marco for coming out, except for Spinner. But Spinner comes around. Spinner basically helps Marco out. And basically, you know, Marco has problems leading a gay life. He gets gay bashed by some people. He gets harassed, teased, and all that. And basically, it shows that he's trying to go after Dylan, but it seems like Dylan does bad stuff towards him. And basically, Marco is just chasing love in all the wrong places, if you will. So anyway, yeah, so you got Marco. And, you know, trying to find the right relationship. He's a decent person when he's not chasing for love. Like, he's a student teacher. He's very relatable. I think he's good. Now, I know you'll be thinking, what about Riley? Well, the thing is, Marco did it first. And as George Harrison said in that Simpsons episode, it's been done before. And you're thinking about Tristan being gay and all that. It's like the best character. Tristan was a piece of crap towards people, especially Maya. Tristan was biphobic or something like that. But he was spooked that Maya would try to have a relationship with Miles. Maya just wanted to deal with Miles' well-being and all that. And Tristan, of course, got mad at Maya for basically saying, why did you break off me and Mr. Yates? We had a good relationship. Anyway. B is for bisexual. That is having both things at once. B is very, very hard to understand, but I am going with Miles. Now, there's a good reason why Miles is bisexual and all that. Miles likes Tristan and all that. There's a decent relationship. Trials was a pretty good relationship and all that. But before Trials started, Maya and Miles had a relationship. But as I said, was Maya's relationship with Miles because of concern? I mean, genuine love or just concern because, you know, Maya still had the cam thing over her head, even though she should have gotten rid of it by now. But, unfortunately, we'll never know, in a sense. So, anyway, Miles and his relationships. Like, he had a relationship with Zoe, too. I mean, but, yeah. He even had one with Esme, but it was kind of drug-reliant and all that. So Miles found out he was gay and all that. And he was concerned about how his dad would feel because, you know, his dad being this conservative politician and all that, kind of like Trump in a sense. I always wondered how the hell Hollingsworth ended up winning the mayorship of Toronto in the show. I mean, pouring money into Degrassi, making a new Degrassi wing and all that. Isn't that like nepotism? Isn't that illegal because your kids are going to Degrassi? So anyway, so yeah. What you got here is a failure to communicate. So anyway, yeah, so Miles ends up being with Tristan, and it seemed like a decent relationship from season 14 on. And it's suffered a crisis. I mean, Tristan was in a coma. Miles actually ended up having sex with Lola, got her pregnant, and then, you know, Lola got an abortion. But, I mean, like, Tristan kind of broke off with Miles, saying that he didn't want to hold Miles back. But I mean, he could have done something better than that. But yeah, I think Miles always had his bisexual thing. I think some people might think that Miles and Winston would have a thing because, they were going to Europe and they're happy together and all that. It's like, what? But no, Winston actually likes Goldie. So yeah. So yeah, Miles is okay. And his family's okay with him being bisexual too. T is for transsexuals. T is for time to understand these people. T is for trials that people have to deal with, especially with Adam in season 10. Of course, T would have to stand for Tristan, right? Bravo! T stands for Adam. In season 10, Degrassi made a major breakthrough in North American TV by introducing a transsexual character into the show. The name is Adam, but we soon find out that Adam is actually a girl who was named Gracie, to try to become a boy and all that. Adam was with Drew at the time. One of them, well, they're step siblings, but basically, they have different dads. It's still unknown whose dad was whose, but who did Audra marry first and have first? I think it was basically Drew, and then basically a few years later she married a guy and got pregnant by him and had Adam, or Gracie, I should say. So Gracie's storyline in season 10 was nice. Adam was trying to be a boy and then accidentally gets called out by people and fears all that of the being transsexual and all that. Despite Adam telling Eli and Claire about the issues, and having Eli and Claire understand Adam's situation, there's still some bullying, especially from Fitz and Owen. It's kind of strange that Owen would be in on the bullying, even though his brother Tristan was gay. I had no idea that Owen and Tristan were siblings. But anyway, the problem here is that, Adam had to deal with problems at school. Principal Simpson didn't know how to deal with a transgendered person at the school and all that. And also the fact that Audra still called Adam a Gracie and all that, and wanted Adam to be a girl again. And Adam upset that, his mom would, or his stepmom, his mom would do such a thing. I personally think that Audra was also concerned about maybe her family being shameful of that stuff, especially the fact that Adam has to be Gracie for his grandmother's sake and all that. Maybe she put the pressure on Audra. The grandmother did. So anyway, yeah. But in the end, Audra accepts Adam for who he is and works on having Adam become a boy and all that. And they burn all the girls' clothes. And the family bonds over it. It's stupid how they sent Adam gone. I know the actress who played Adam wanted to leave the show, but putting Adam in a car crash for texting and driving, that was kind of a stupid ending. Adam may have wanted to go to another school based on his transgender situation. But, I mean, Degrassi accepted him, in a sense. It's just weird. Q is for questioning yourself. That is not a good idea. Q is for quite. I don't know if I'm a QE, but that is probably Paige's time. For Q, I go questioning your sexuality. I go with Paige. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be questionable about this, but yes. Here's why. Okay, so Paige had some very good relationships with guys, especially with Spinner. Unfortunately, she got raped by Dean season 2. Season 4, she didn't get her answers. Well, Dean's trial came in, but Dean ended up winning because of lack of evidence. And of course, Dean admitted he raped Paige and basically says that if you want to come by, you could do it. Paige crashes Spinner's car into Dean's car, gets in trouble for everything, but basically Paige got revenge. And then unfortunately, Spinner made goo-goo eyes at Manny during a car wash. at the same time as Paige is trying to do community service to pay Spinner back for the car damages. They have a problem. Paige breaks off with Spinner, and then Paige actually likes an older guy by the name of Mr. Olander, a yoga instructor. But then she's shocked to find out that he's a student teacher at Degrassi. So basically, they do have a relationship for some reason. I don't know why Paige would do such. But Simpson ended up seeing them at a park and basically was upset and all that. What broke my heart was basically Paige protecting Olander and all that. It was like, Paige is willing to let herself fail and all that for a guy. This is not the Paige we all know and like. But Mr. Olander does take full on responsibility and all that. And we all know Paige had some deep psychological issues in season 4. She had to deal with Dean's rape trial and basically him being off scot-free. Spinner basically cheating on her in a sense. And also Rick Murray coming back to the school. That triggered something in her. Trust me, it did. So anyway, yeah. So Paige and Olander, they have a relationship. But their relationship doesn't end because now with Olander being fired as a teacher, basically they can get together. But Olander goes to the Yukon to plant trees and then decides to change course. So Paige basically doesn't know what to do with herself. So she goes with Alex. She has feelings towards Alex because they both were working at the movie theater thing. And you know, they have a decent relationship. I mean, I question myself. I was like, how the hell did Paige go from like Spinner to Alex? Did she know she was gay, or was it just that she couldn't trust men because men always screwed her over? Some people have turned because the opposite sex has screwed them over so badly that they decided to go to their own gender. But I doubt that was what Paige did. Originally, that's what I thought, but no, I doubt it. But anyway, Paige and Alex just couldn't work out. Alex's basically slopness was not good and all that. Paige ends up going to college and then dates a guy named Griffin who actually had HIV/AIDS. Or was it AIDS? One of them. But Paige, I think, was negative. So she didn't contract that disease. So anyway, yeah, we don't know about Paige's sexuality, especially when she becomes a assistant to a Hollywood reality star and all that. We don't know about Paige. Is she back to being gay or is she straight? We don't know. I wish I knew. I know she's bisexual and all that, but like, you know, Q is for questioning because, I mean, like, she's questioning herself. I think that 2 and plus are probably the same things. I might be stupid. That is just me. But I think for this last part, it's obvious who it is. It's Yale. Y-A-E-L. You can tell I'm probably not a good singer. Everyone tells me that. So anyway, how about Yale being the 2 and plus? Yale had a relationship with Hunter, but unfortunately it suffered through a lot of things. Hunter was aggressive towards Yale. Well, Yale's a girl, biologically a girl. Hunter is being sexist and misogynistic, all that. And you know, Hunter's relationship with Yale took a while to blossom. But then when Yale became non-binary and used the pronoun them or they, Hunter didn't know what to do. His friends basically laughed at him, saying that if Hunter stays with Yale, how's Hunter could be identified? So Hunter, of course, is upset with everything and all that. Basically, his friends do him no favors. None. Zip. So anyway, Hunter and Yale had a rough time. Hunter breaks off with Yale, I think because Hunter didn't know how Yale wanted to be pronounced as, and basically thought that Yale was just being weird and creepy and all that. And he couldn't get his head around it. Hunter was straight. And I think Hunter was influenced to break off with Yale. I mean, does that make Hunter homophobic? No. He just liked girls. I think he thought Yale deserved better and all that. And a lot of people say, well, Hunter may have inherited a misogynistic trait from his dad, from dear old dad. Miles didn't, but Hunter may have hit something like that. You know, you could blame Hunter's dad, Mayor Hollingsworth. But anyway, yeah, Yale and all that. And I'm like, that's kind of strange. And then, all of a sudden, a few years after Next Class ended, I was watching Not a Vampire's videos. But then But I thought it was a she. But unfortunately, I'm wrong. Not a Vampire on YouTube does some very good YouTube videos. Basically, their videos are basically more about quality. Mine is just quantity, if you will. So the personal pronoun is they, and I know I slip up a couple times because the person in front of the vampire thing basically wears wigs and all that, and I assume it's a girl and all that. But me, I'm just stupid. I'm not homophobic. I just don't understand it. I'm just I just misunderstand things. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you understand where I'm trying to get from. I may have screwed up a bit, but I tried. That's all that matters.